Welcome to Cooking with Bobbi Jo. Today we're making no sugar added blueberry bread. Most people will call this sugar free, but the blueberries and the applesauce do have natural sugar, so technically it isn't sugar free from that standpoint. It is free of processed sugars. So start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees, then grease and flour a loaf pan. I'm using baking spray that already has flour in it, and I'm going to use my Christmas loaf dish. In a mixing bowl, add 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, ½ teaspoon of salt, and 2/3 cup of stevia. And this is the kind of stevia I use. I'm going to mix it all together. Then add ½ cup of milk, 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix all that together. Then add in 1½ cups of blueberries. I added 2 cups of blueberries and that was a little too much, so I advise doing only 1½ cups. You want to gently fold those blueberries in. Then pour the batter in the loaf pan. Bake for about 60 to 70 minutes until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. You want to let it cool in the pan for about 10 minutes and then transfer it to a cooling rack. And they advise to cool completely, but we like our bread warm, so we cut it while it was still a little warm, and we had some butter that we spread over it. And this bread isn't overly sweet. It has a really good flavor. But if you want it to be sweeter, you can always add a sugar-free lemon glaze to it. I will link it in the video description if I can find it. When storing this bread, I just wrap it in a paper towel, cover that with aluminum foil, and place it in a Ziploc bag. That's going to keep your bread moist. We had it each morning with our breakfast. I just slice the bread, place some butter on the bread, and stick it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes to warm it up. And it's even better the next day. Well, there you have it, a blueberry bread with no added sugars. Of course, there are some natural sugars in the blueberries and applesauce, but there are no added sugars in this recipe. I just want to make y'all aware of that. I know I said it in the beginning, I'm going to say it in the end as well. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for another Christmas recipe. Have a Merry Christmas and a blessed weekend.